It's time for some Gundam on the channel. It's been a while since I've talked about Gundam, but I very much want to talk about these two model kits that I have here in front of me. One of them is very, very interesting. So you may be noticing their packaging. These are knockoffs. These are fake, high-grade model kits. And I've never really gotten anything like this. I have some fake Gunpla. I've got like the oversized Sharzaku. That was pretty neat. Had a few struggles with that, like I didn't have instructions, and some pieces just didn't like fitting together. But I got two here. Very interested to see how these turn out. This is the one that is the lesser interest, shall we say. It's the one that I don't think is as impactful to the majority of my fan base. But still, I want to show it off, and I figured I might as well. GTO 78-2. You got some of it right. You got some of it right. These are instructions. Yes, they are. These are our instructions. Is this based off the... I think this is based off the Origin... RX-78-2? Yeah, this is based off the Origin one. The cut on the stickers are not the greatest. Definitely, like on those circles, I can tell the cut is a little off. Yeah, the cut is like totally like off to the side. Oh, that's a little iffy. What do we have here? Maybe noticing, oh wow, that's a very interesting display base. Maybe noticing there's a lot of red here, because this is a Casval's Gundam. If you don't know, the main antagonist, Char Aznable, in an alternate universe, gets the Gundam, and he makes it red, because all of his mobile suits are red. Yeah, I don't have any iteration of Casval's Gundam. The camera is absolutely out of focus, because it hates me. There we go. So yeah, this is, you know, it was super cheap. It was like $8. So I figured I would go ahead and get a Casval's Gundam for my collection, see how this turns out. Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's alright. I think I'm going to keep it in this bubble wrap, though, just to kind of, you know, have it all in one coherent place. But this is the one that I am very intrigued by. This is not accurate to any Mobile Suit Gundam lore whatsoever. This is a blend of two of my favorite things, and you may already guess based on the prevalence of red and blue. This, my friends, I am not even joking, is an Optimus Prime colored Gundam. It's in the reds, it's in the blues. I am very interested to see how this comes together. I am very, very intrigued. Again, it comes with the same kind of display base here. Very curious how that works. And yeah, this seems to be... Oh, different instructions. Oh yeah, because he has... Oh yeah, because this is based off the Origin... Geez, what's that, like, rollout? The first rollout Gundam? Because you can see he's got the little antenna on the back of the head. And that works best for Optimus Prime. So, I'm very interested to see how this turns out. It looks like we have... Oh, that's our runner of mouth plates. That's interesting. A whole runner of different mouth plates. So it seems like some have hollow vents, some have solid vents. Are there any with no vents? Yeah, there's one with no vent. That is a flat mouth plate. That's the one we're going to want for Optimus. So that's wild. So many different mouth plates. Those might actually come in handy for different kits down the line. Alright, so I want to get these open. What's this? Oh, here's more stickers. How are these cut? Are these cut better? Yeah, these are cut a little better. Yeah, those are definitely cut better. So I could probably use one of those for my Char Gundam. That's nice. Alright, I'll try to get these built within some time, in a reasonable time frame, and we'll figure out how these turn out. Oh, wow. I can tell there's more parts here because they needed like more. They needed to like recolor the runners to work for different parts of Optimus's color scheme. So I can tell there's a lot more pieces with this Optimus one than the Casval one. So yeah, give me some time. I'll get these built. Well, it's been a little bit. How did the Optimus Prime Gundam turn out? I think it turned out pretty okay. I think it's pretty cool. It has some problems, that's for sure, but it's pretty cool. I think the novelty of this is just so great. And I mean, this was so cheap, too. Honestly, I feel like the display base it comes with was probably worth half the price alone, because this is one of the best display bases I've gotten with a gunpla of any sort. It's actually kind of funny how good the base is. The figure itself is based off the high-grade Origin RX-78-2 Gundam, and given how that's a pretty great base kit, I think that it had some good stuff going on. There is some issues with the model kit itself. It does have some dimpling in the plastic, and it did have some mold flashing, but the pieces went together pretty good. The pieces definitely went together pretty good, and that's pretty much all I can ask for from a knockoff kit like this. But I do have to go into some of that dimpling and some of the mold flashing, because there's a few spots where it looks kind of bleh. Honestly, one of the first things I really want to do with this guy is get really nice and up close. And looking at the head, it is really nice how it is modified from an RX-78-2. It does not have like the Gundam vents, and has these antennae. The antennae, at least, are based on a variant Gundam. But I think the mouth plate was actually made for this kit. But if you look really close, you will see some dimpling. There's some dimpling right there on the shoulder parts. There's some dimpling and mold flashing right there on the head crest. It's looking a little rough in that department. I did go ahead and paint the eyes. I painted them a more metallic blue because it still had the yellow sticker. And I wanted metallic blue eyes with my Gundamus Prime. Overall, though, like, you can see the plastic quality isn't too bad. It's definitely looking all right. It has, some nice texture to it. It does have some nice definition to the molding. I didn't really do much painting on this. I didn't do any panel lining because I'm not a fan of panel lining. It makes my kits look cartoony, and I don't like that. But overall, I mean, you can see it's definitely looking pretty good. I do think it's decent quality. You can see some things struggle to fit together, like that arm right there is a little not even. That's okay. That's okay. I just am very amused with this guy. I'm very amused. I wish his beam sabers were gray, because they look, I feel like they're trying to look like his smokestacks. I feel like if they were gray, it would have looked a little better. I do like, however, that his shield is all gray, because that kind of gives me vibes of his trailer. I think that looks cool. Definitely digging that. I do have him with the heavier gun, just because I kind of feel like it invokes the Optimus Prime rifle a little bit more. Because he does come with extra accessories. He comes with a lot of accessories. I feel like I just need to take a break from talking about the figure and talk about everything else he comes with. So probably my favorite accessory he comes with is this display base, which I think is super well made. I feel like this was basically worth the price of admission alone. The joints are very nice and durable. It's black plastic, not clear plastic. It has a very nice surface right here, and the arm is very nice and strong. Like, this can even hold up like a 3.0 MDLX. Like, this is a very, very great display base. And if I see these available for sale in any other way, like just as like a 5-pack or something, I will buy more of these, because this is one of the best parts of the kit. For weapons, you do get the more standard Gundam beam rifle, which I think is pretty nice looking. It's the Origin mold for the beam rifle, so it has the handle, the scope, and a little peg where you can have this plugged on to like the butt of the Gundam or something. You do also have beam sabers. You have one that is nice and curved for like an action pose, and I like that one. And then we have this straight one, which unfortunately we can see at the tip there. Mine is pretty bent. Came like that right out of the box. Unfortunately, it's got a bent tip. For beam bazookas, we have blue, and we have the parts to build it in red as well, which is super cool. So we can have blue and red beam bazookas. I think that's pretty neat. Definitely digging that. They do have stickers on the inside for the scopes, and I actually think those stickers are pretty good quality. You can still like move the handle, move this little thing here. You know, that's the little place where it can store. It's a good accessory. Speaking about stickers, here are the stickers that I didn't use. Almost all of them. That's for the bazooka. That is for like one of the scopes. I do have the yellow crest on the crotch, and I do appreciate how like there's still some yellow there. But all these little gray joint pieces I decided not to use. The eyes I didn't use. The red I decided not to use for the head. You get 2 sticker sheets, which I appreciate. And you do also get some alternate hands, but they're in the baggie with all of the leftover parts. And I just need to, you know, I need to do this. Yeah, this kit suffers from one of the heaviest cases of remold syndrome I've probably ever seen. And one of the biggest reasons for this is because the Gundam is pretty much all white, right? Optimus, however, is gray, blue, and red. So, say his legs, right there, are blue. You have the parts to make the legs red as well. His torso and arms are red. You have the parts to make the torso and arms blue. You have parts to make the beam sabers blue. Here's some of the alternate hands. There's like, you know, trigger finger. There's probably like open hand, stuff like that. It's just all in here. Here's an open hand one. Hope that makes you happy. There's gripping hands. There's so much. There was a runner for like extra faces as well. So you can kind of see that has like the standard Gundam little mouth vents in there. If you do want to make them look more like a traditional Gundam, you can. You can give them a red head if you want. You can give them a traditional blue Gundam head. You have so many optional parts. Like here is a red torso. You know, that's an extra red torso. It's completely extra. We have a blue torso right here. There are so many extra bits with this guy. Red feet. There are not enough joint parts to make a whole second kit. But if you do buy a second one of this, you could seriously have like a completely inverted color like Optimus Prime Gundam. You do have the parts to make a gray head as well. You have so many different parts. It is rather crazy how many you get. Here's one of the parts for a red head. I think that would look kind of neat. But yeah, I just had to show this insanity. All these extra parts that you get with this guy that you don't use with the kit. Alright, now all of that is taken care of again. Let's take a little bit more of a look at this guy, especially like his articulation and everything. Because I feel like I've kind of gone over the details already. How does he feel? How does it pose? I think it's okay. There was a couple things I had to like correct or fix, and some joints that are kind of whatever. But overall, it's not bad. The head is on like a ball joint and a hinge up there, and you can get a decent amount of range with that. It definitely works pretty well. You do have the butterfly at the shoulder and a ball joint at the shoulder. This part I had to tighten. These were super loose, the outwards at the arms. They were super duper loose on this kit, and I had to tighten those. He has a bicep swivel, double joint at the elbow, ball joint at the wrist. He does have like an ab crunch, which is pretty neat. It does crunch pretty far forward. Then you do have a waist rotation as well. It doesn't have like any like core fighter or anything. Most high grade RX-78s do not. He does have legs that move pretty far forward. Does he have a... Yeah, he's got a... Not really a drop down, more of a push forward. That allows for the leg to move forward a little bit more. Side skirts get out of the way. Side swivel right there. His knee is really nice because it has like a bit of part separation with the knee armor, just like the Origin Gundam. A couple parts that I did glue on. I did glue these little caps on the foot guard because they kept getting knocked out way too easily for my liking. But the foot does have some decent articulation. It's pretty much just a little ball joint, and you do have a toe in there as well, and the guard will kind of move. So the articulation overall isn't too bad on this guy. I just would be a little cautious moving him because the parts do feel a little odd, and it's not perfect. But honestly, I really do have to commend all of the remolding, all of that they did to make an Optimus Prime Gundam, because I have to bring in the RX-78-2 to compare. This is the Origin version, so these are essentially the same kit just in different colors, different interpretations. And you can see, yeah, these are very, very similar in many ways. All of these, like, alternate parts that the RX-78 has, like, you could build this. Like, with this torso configuration, this head configuration, extra bits on the arms, on the shoulders, you can build this if you want, just in wacky colors. You know, I definitely do appreciate, you know, some P-Bandai parts in the head there, as well as, you know, the new faceplate. It is cool. It is really cool to see a Gundam in Optimus Prime's colors. This novelty is not wasted on me. I feel like I am the perfect person to have this. I love it so much, even though it's not perfect. And for this comparison, I think it's only fair to bring in an Optimus Prime kit. So here's the Flame Toys G1 Optimus Prime, just so you can appreciate all of the colors that they added and changed for this RX-78 Gundam to make it into Optimus Prime. I mean, the belly right there has some gray in it for the vents. The chest is blue instead of yellow. It is wild how much they changed. If I could have made any changes to the color, any like different improvements, this lower waist piece I would make red and I would keep that gray. The beam sabers, obviously, I would want those gray. The arms are fine. The head is fine. The feet, I feel like those should all be blue. I would like that to all be blue. And these little side skirts, I think those could probably be gray. But overall, I think the color is pretty spot on for an Optimus Prime. Maybe if the backpack was red too, that would look a little better. But overall, I am pretty happy with this wacky knockoff Gundam Prime. So overall, at the end here, I feel like I need to talk about who I would recommend this Gundam Optimus Prime to. I feel like I would recommend it to a collector like me. Someone who has already built Gundam model kits and enjoys the experience, is willing to put in a little bit of extra work with a knockoff kit, and someone who likes Gundam and Transformers. If you are just a Transformers fan who has never built a high-grade Gundam before, and this looks appealing to you, I would either do your research, reconsider, or try to get some experience building Gunpla, because this was a bit more involved than your typical Gunpla experience, where you just cut the parts, clean the parts, build the kit. Nice and simple. You know, this is more complex than the kind of kit you would find at Target that's entry grade or lower high grade. This has some complexity to it. In addition to that, it's based off an HG Origin kit, and those are typically already a little bit more advanced to begin with. The Origin kits are always bordering on real grade, if you ask me. So this kit is definitely something. I like it. For someone like me who has built Gundam, who is a huge Optimus Prime fan, this was a no-brainer. As soon as I saw that this existed, I ordered it immediately on Aliexpress, and I enjoy having this in my collection. It's really cool. But, you know, it's got some problems. It has the plastic dimpling that might be a huge deal breaker for you. For me, it's a toy. I'm not stressing. If I wanted a Gundam Optimus and I was a professional modeler, I would make it my own damn self. You know, I have put a lot of effort into certain Gunpla, but I wasn't worried about it for this. If I was going to put in the effort, I would have gotten a standard RX. I would have painted all the parts. That's how I would have done it. But, you know, for just the novelty, like, this thing was like less than $10, I think. It was like $8. I feel like the display base alone is worth $5. It's a very high quality display base. This is cool. I like this. I understand that not everybody is going to. I understand that not everybody is vibing with this. But, hey, last I checked, it was sold out, at least from a few sellers. I hope it's still available, fingers crossed. I wish you luck out there getting it if it's something you really want. Because I think it's fun. Alrighty, guys. I think I pretty much said all I can really say on this. I never go super in-depth with my Gunpla reviews, but I had to review this thing. I had to. It crosses the beams. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.